Hello. Okay, so a video I saw on YouTube on a channel that I subscribe to uploaded a quiz, like it was titled 50 Goofy Questions, so boredom has led to this and I decided I'm going to do it as well, because it looked kind of cool anyway, so let's go. It's like titled 50 Goofy Questions, but I just decided to rename it 50 Asinine Questions because Anyway, question number 1. What time did you get up this morning? The unholy hour of 6:45. And I mean, I wasn't even aware that 6:45 AM existed until about a couple of weeks ago. It's just the worst. It's just the worst time. You know, I thought that was bedtime, and I'm getting up at that. What? Anyway. How do you like your steak? Any way it comes. I mean, I love steak, so I'm gonna say like in just medium, just whatever, just medium, rare, well done, whatevs, man. You know, I'm cool with it. You know, I'm at peace with all steak. I would eat a cow raw if I had to. You know. What was the last film you saw at the cinema? Woo! Shamefully, it's gonna have to be. I think it was Les Mis, you know. And, I mean, that's not the film that I would kind of go and watch if I had to, but I had to take someone to see it, and it was alright. Had Hugh Jackman in it, and he's Wolverine, so, shling! You know, I sat through all 500 hours of it, it was alright. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be? Well, I don't exactly have a country or a place in mind, but what I do have in mind would have to be, like, I would live in a castle, and it would have, you know, like, a moat and a drawbridge, and I'd convert the inside of the castle. What I'd have in there is, like, an expansive area which I could put my huge fleet of supercars in, and I'd park them up like a show area, man. It would be so sick. I'd have an armory in there and all sorts, and like a huge expanse of grounds, like in the countryside where there's like no assholes around for miles, so I could, like, you know, cause mayhem and destruction in the general vicinity of the place without, you know, the police turning up and probably arresting me for, you know, causing large-scale explosions and stuff like that. So I'm gonna say that. That's me all day long. What did I have for breakfast? Every morning on my way to work at the unholy ass hour of 6:45 AM, I go past this dodgy ass garage that sells fucking bollocks and sausage baps. So I bought one of those for like an extortionate price, and that's what I had for breakfast, and my shit turned out green. So I expect to die within the next half hour or so, because it did its job, you know. I had KFC after that, so I would say KFC and sausage bab, that's what I had for breakfast. What is my favourite cuisine? I'm going to go with Indian because I love Indian food. It's like the best ever. I love all kinds of it. It's just amazeballs. What foods do you dislike? This bullshit, godforsaken food known as cheese. I hate it. It's like I can eat it in burgers, like only from McDonald's and KFC though, and on pizzas. That's the only time I can eat that shit. Other than that, it's like the worst thing I've ever put in my mouth, except Joseph Farrell Jones. This fucking, you can't even call it a food, it's complete horse shit known as pork scratchings. Now I love bacon, and I love, you know, pork's okay, it depends, but pork scratchings is like bacon but ruined, covered in shit and piss. It's the worst thing I've put in my mouth. I would rather put a dick in my mouth, and I'm not homophobic, but dicks aren't for me. I would suck a dick rather than eat another bag of that bollocks. I sometimes see it, I think it's called Mr. Porky's Big Old Bag of Bullshit, is what they should rename it, but it's called Mr. Porky's Pork Fucking Scratchings, and I see it in the fucking shops every single day at that same garage on my way to work, and every day I spit on it. I sometimes pick a packet up and I walk with it to the till and I wipe my asshole on it, then I put it on and say I don't want to buy it, give me my money back that I haven't even spent on it yet. I'm gonna write a complaint to the government about this food. It's the worst thing I've ever had anyway. Enough. Ugh. Favourite place to eat would be a place really close to me called the Bhangra Beat. It does Indian food. It's immense. There's another place called the Red House, which for you guys living in England will probably know there's a place called the Harvester. It's similar to that, but slightly better. It does ribs. Ribs. And I would go there right now if I could. Favourite dressing. I'm guessing this means to put on food. So I don't know whether it has to be a certain, any kind of dressings or whatnot, but I'm just going to say stuff you put on food. So I'm just going to go with mustard. French mustard or English mustard, asshole mustard, I don't care what it is, I love it. It can go on. And even honey mustard. That can go on too. What kind of vehicle do you drive? Oh, I drive a Ford Focus. It's a Mark 2.5 model. It's 2008. It's only a 1.6 litre engine. It's like my pride and joy. It's like the best thing I think I have ever known to man. I love it. It's in Vision Blue, and I've done so much shit to it, and it still looks like shit. It's like the closest thing I can imagine to a child without actually having a child. Because every day I hate it and I find issues with it and I find problems with it and it costs me so much money, but at the same time I love it. If only its exhaust was slightly bigger. Yeah. So that's what I drive, and I love driving and I love my cars. What are your favourite clothes? I'm just gonna go with t-shirt, jeans, cash. You won't catch me wearing a suit. I have worn a suit. I've been known to wear a suit, to interviews and shit. But I can't get any jobs that warrant wearing a suit for the interview. Hey, look at my beard, and my hair, and my piercings. Nowhere's gonna take me on where you need to wear a suit to an interview. So, cash. Where would you visit if you had the chance? Everywhere, because out of the entire world, there's only a handful of countries that I've ever dominated, and they include Italy, and Spain, and Portugal, and Crete. I would like to see everywhere, literally everywhere. I'm going to say, straight off the bat, America, Finland, Afghanistan. I would actually like to go there for some reason. I just want to check it out. I just want to see because how fucked that place is, and not in a bad way, but just how different it is. I guess I'd like to see Death Valley in America. I would like to see Egypt. I'd like to go to Poland because there's a few things I want to see there. Germany, I'd like to go there as well. I'd go anywhere, absolutely anywhere. Australia, I'd see Australia. Cup half empty or half full? I'm going to go with half empty, but you can always refill that son of a bitch. Now that's positivity. Where would you want to retire? Probably the same place that I would eventually want to live if I could. Favourite time of day would actually be time of night, because I am a night person. I'm a night hawk. I love it. I just, everything you can do in a day, you can do at night 10 times better, in my opinion. Anything worth doing in the day, that is. Why wake up early for it? Where was you born? I was born in East London, a lovely little place called Barking. Not much to say about it really, it's a shithole. What is your favourite sport to watch? I'm going to go with Speedway, motorbike Speedway. Rest in peace, Lee Richardson. I love it. It's my favourite sport to watch, next to WRC, rally and stuff like that, motorsports mainly. I'm not really into the kind of other sports and shit, so yeah, anything like that. Who do you think will not tag you back? And the question after that is person you expect to tag you back first. Both of those I'm not going to answer because I don't really know anyone on here, so no one. Who are you most curious about their responses to this? Well, anybody that wants to reply to it, reply to it. Maybe you can create your own. Maybe you can use these same 50 questions and answer them yourself. And then we can have some kind of like YouTube-styled kind of get to know each other shit, you know? This is strange. This is the weird part of YouTube. You've entered it. Bird watcher. I'm a bird watcher in the sense anybody who lives in England and anywhere else in the world for that matter probably knows that watching birds is one of the best things you can do, especially on a Saturday night in Romford, because they're almost always half naked. I do love watching Bristols, you know, so yeah, I like to watch birds. As for the ones that fly through the sky, whee, those ones are alright, because I do a lot of clay pigeon shooting, so I don't actually hunt animals, but I shoot clays out of the sky, so sometimes I watch birds and I just think, I could hit you, you know, where would I, and you know, it's kind of shit like that. It's not like a psycho thing, but it's just like a thing, isn't it? If I needed to hit that bird to then eat it to survive, yeah, I could hit it, yeah. That's where I'd be aiming, and I kind of then, you know, once you're doing clays and stuff, it's all related in. Excuse me for a second. Okay. Are you a morning person or a night person? Again, I'm a night person. Do you have any pets? Yeah, I have one cat. His name is Loco. He's a handful, but I love him. Any new and exciting news you'd like to share? Not really. Nothing new ever happens around here. I mean, exciting, not really interesting maybe. On my way home from work today, I was driving and I pulled into a Services to eat some KFC, and I saw a car that had broken down on the back of a breakdown vehicle, which incidentally had broken down. I was sitting there long enough to see an RAC van came in and started to fix it. It then looked like he broke down on his way out, because I saw him 100 yards down the road sitting on the side for no apparent reason with the bonnet open, so I found that hilarious. That is the most exciting thing that ever happens in my life. Yeah. What next? This is good, isn't it? What did you want to be when you were little? A lot more than I've amounted to now. What is your best childhood memory? I'm going to go with, as a childhood memory, my best memoryhood of childdom is having no memory of it at all, because you didn't have to remember anything about it. You just enjoyed it and you just went with it. And you had no worries, no stress, and that's probably my best memory of being a child, is not having to remember anything because you didn't need to. Yeah. What is your... No, I've just answered that question. Whoo! Cat or dog person? Well, I love cats because I have a cat. Cats are cool. They're cool cats. But I also like dags. I like dags because you can see eye to eye with them. They know what you're saying, and you know what they're saying, and they're a much more intelligent, you know, animal than a cat. And I find that, you know, it depends what you want out of the animal, because you can get a lot out of having a cat around, but you can also get a lot out of having a dog around, but you need to put a lot more effort in with a dog. So I'm going to say both. I love them both. You know, I used to have a dog, a border collie, and she was beautiful, the most beautiful and intelligent creature you could ever imagine. Very loyal animals. So, yeah, both. Are you married? No. Always wear your seatbelt? Always. Because as crazy as everything gets on the road, I mean, that's just basic, you know. I've got no sorrow for anyone that has an accident, and if they wasn't wearing their seatbelt and they're injured, then I do not care, because they should have been wearing their fucking seatbelt, you know. So always wear your seatbelts and don't drive like dicks. That's my best advice to you all. Just don't drive like bloody idiots. too many of them are bad. And moreover, there's too many of them causing accidents for other people that ain't dicks. Being in a car accident, several, none of them very bad. None of them my fault either. Well, once maybe involved a Frenchman. No word of a lie. I didn't hit him on purpose. Any pet peeves? Oh, hundreds and thousands. You know, so many that I can't even begin to, you know, explain any of them. I think that in general people annoy me so much so to the point where it's almost like I prefer doing things straight up on my own, because that's just the way I prefer to do things. Favorite pizza toppings? It has to be stuffed crust. If it's not, then you're killing it. Pineapple, tomato chunks, and ground beef. All day long and all night long. And it has to have some kind of sour cream or garlic and herb dip. If it hasn't, you should take it back. Favorite flower? I mean, that's pretty gay. Favorite ice cream? I'm going to go with straight up chocolate or vanilla or mint or raspberry, lemon. It's just all kinds. Just all kinds. Ice cream is all kinds of amazing. Fish food by Ben & Jerry's. Get in. Favorite fast food restaurant? It's going to be a mix between KFC, Burger King, McDonald's, Mackie D's. That's about it, really. It's the main three. How many times did you fail your driver's test? I'm a really decent driver, as my friends will know. 6 times I failed because of probably just the way I looked. So, you know, the beard, kind of the whole kind of terror thing going on. I reckon they just didn't want me on the roads. Fair enough. So thanks for costing me almost £600 in tests alone, and about a year of my life, which I'm never going to get back. But hey, I can drive now, so do one. For whom did you last get your email last? I last got an email from Adrian Flux because I requested a quote on a car renewal. I immediately deleted it when I saw how much it came to. For whom? I've just said that one. Which store would you choose to max out your credit card? See, any store that, you know, sells a whole expanse of car stuff, because there's not much else that I buy. I mean, maybe, like, you know, it would have to sell so many different things because it depends what the credit card limit is as well. Let's just say £1,000. To be honest, at the moment, maybe a place called Richer Sounds, which is local to me and known in England for it being, you know, a really good electrical retailer, so it sells TVs, hi-fi, sound systems, amps, stuff like that, because I'm not into the kind of whole all-in-one boxes and sound bars. I think they're bullshit. I'm more of like, I've got an Onkyo amp set up here, and you can see the speakers behind me, Harman Kardons, and they're like a 5.1 surround just in my room here. I need a new TV though, so I would probably just go and max out £1,000 on a TV. I wouldn't spend my own money on it though, so if it's someone else's money, hey, hello. Okay. Do anything spontaneous lately? Well, you know, there's always spontaneity. For example, the last time was probably I took a drive to, I'll give you an example, right? I'm in London and I drove to Plymouth. It's about almost like a 500-mile round trip for a beer, and I found a bar down there and I went for a beer and I drove back. And I don't condone drink driving, and I had 1 pint, so I wasn't, you know, it was all good. And that trip took about the best part of a day because it was pissing it down with rain and it was assholes on the roads and all sorts going on, but it was wicked. So we saw a few places along the way, Stonehenge, some bird place and all that. It was cool, man. Like your job? No, not really. I used to. About 4 years ago. Now it's just a bit of a drag and I'm looking for something different, so keep you posted with that. Broccoli. I don't hate it, you know, I will eat it. I can't say I've really ever cooked it recently, but if it comes up with something, then yeah. What was your favourite vacation? Hard to say because I've not been abroad in about 11 years now. I think the last time I went abroad was to Ibiza, and I was underage of going in the clubs and stuff like that, so it was like a family holiday thing, but that was pretty wicked, just the area and stuff, that was nice. So I'm going to go with that. Last person you went out to dinner with? Just a friend, yeah, yeah. What are you listening to right now? Nothing currently, apart from the sound of my own voice. Music-wise, for example, on the way home, I listened to some Devil Driver, some Him, CKY, Devin Townsend, World Under Bloods, Lifeless by Seventh. Seventh is an Australian band. They did the music for a PC game back in the day called Operation Flashpoint, the first ever one. So all you kids thinking, oh, Red River and all that. No, play the original first ever one, and then they've gone on to do like I think it was Bohemia Interactive or something. Wicked game, so much better than any console game now, and that's like, this game come out over 10 years ago. They're a wicked band, and check them out. They're not, you know, they're on iTunes now, so hey. What is your favourite colour? I'm going to go with, people say white and black aren't colours. As you can see, the colour scheme behind me, white and black speakers. I like white and black. I like that in the house. My car is blue. I've got red interior lights in it because I like red as well. Like kind of fluorescent greens and stuff like that I like. So yeah, it's cool. How many tattoos do you have? I have a few. I've got Shock and Terror. I don't know if that's going to come out backwards. A little hologram there because I'm a fan of him. Lassie because I was a fan of that game and it, you know, just what it means and stuff. That's cool. Couple of hearts up here and another one there because I wear my heart on my sleeve. I got a where is it? Oh, I've lost it. There you go. I got a star there as well and another one. That's the same one. I've only got one. No, I haven't. I've got two. There's one. Just random shit. I'm not, you know, one for the whole sleeves and cover yourself in them. I'm just more like doodle over yourself and have fucking fun while you can. How many are tagging you for this quiz? Well, again, probably no one. So make a response and tag me, assholes. What time did you finish this quiz? It's now 10 to 4. I started it about 20 minutes ago. Coffee drinker. Yeah, I do love coffee. I love coffee with chocolate in it. Mocha. It's amazing. Cold or hot. Iced tea, though, that's something that I would avoid because I don't like it. I've tasted it and it tastes like tramp's piss. And not that I know what that would taste like, but you know, you can smell it sometimes when you, especially in London. Everywhere smells of tramp's piss. The underground smells of tramp's piss. When you're walking through the monuments and stuff, that smells of tramp's piss. When you're walking through fucking sites of special scientific interest, it smells like tramp's piss. Everywhere you go in London smells of tramp's fucking piss. I live approximately 14 miles from London as the crow flies. It smells of tramp's piss. You know, hope you've enjoyed the quiz. I literally has killed a few minutes of my time whilst I'm waiting for Battlefield Premium stuff to download because I want to go online and shoot some people. Peace!